Hello everyone, this is LSDJ back again with another Get Going video. This time focusing on the Forge Splattershot Pro. Again, this is a video focusing on the gear and the basics of the weapon. I'll be doing another series down the line that focuses on some more advanced concepts. The Forge Pro is a very versatile weapon. Just about anything you want to run on it can be made to work. The one thing I always use is ink resistance. Being able to swim strafe and kite effectively is crucial for the Forge, and ink resist makes it a lot harder to lock you down. Here are the builds I run most often. Damage. The damage build focuses on taking advantage of players that don't run defense. With this much damage, you'll be doing 49.9 damage per shot, which means that if the enemy takes even the slightest amount of damage from ink or another source before the second shot hits, you will kill them with the second shot. This gives the pro an extremely fast potential kill time. It's not consistent enough that you should rely on it in your play, but you will notice yourself coming out on top in scenarios you normally wouldn't. The damage also slightly increases your max range, since your fall-off shots will be able to deal more damage. Comeback is there to make up for the stats you're giving up to run the damage. Ink efficiency and swim speed. This build is all about staying mobile and minimizing the amount of time you need to sit still to recover ink. The swim speed makes you hard to catch and allows you to more easily get into position to punish people, and the ink efficiency makes it so you almost always have the ink to follow through. Defense up. This build is amazing against teams that run a lot of weapons that are weak to defense. Things like blasters, burst bomb weapons, etc. You will notice yourself staying alive in really dicey situations. Again, running comeback is important because it makes up for a lot of the stats that you lose. Those are the three most common that I run, but really you can use just about anything you want. Quick respawn builds are good, special saver, swim and run speed builds. Just try to put a little bit of a swim speed and ink efficiency. So let's get to the basics. The Splattershot Pro in general is an extremely good weapon. It has good range, fairly fast kill time, good mobility, and great accuracy. The Forge Pro is probably the least common among the Splattershot Pros in the competitive scene, and that's because it lacks a bomb. What you get in return is a high impact special on light depletion and point sensors. First things first, abuse point sensors. Point sensors are spammable and have a huge radius. Almost every person you fight should be located. Anytime you're above 50% ink and you see an area of enemy ink, toss a point sensor over there. See a teammate fighting in an area? Toss them a point sensor. Not sure if someone's sharking behind that wall? Point sensor. The main problem though is point sensors don't actually force the opponent to do anything. Be sure you don't bait yourself with a point sensor, because while you know where they are, they can still shoot back if they know you're going to make a move. Let teammates deal with enemies you can't safely approach. Having light depletion on Inksuka is extremely powerful for this weapon. Light depletion means that if you run comeback or special saver and die with the Zuka, you will be able to get it back insanely quickly, which goes a long way for pushing back out if your team is on the back foot. A good rule of thumb is if you're about to pop Inksuka is to throw 2 point sensors and then use it. Whether you tag anyone or not isn't a huge deal, but if you do, they become easy targets for you. Inksuka is your pushing tool. Picking off 1 or 2 enemies with it is a success, and it allows you to play more aggressively. The Forge Pro is a very support-oriented weapon. Because of this, it is generally best to position yourself in places you can support your teammates with point sensors. Constantly revealing enemies makes it very hard for them to successfully play aggressive, and always be prepared to punish anyone that attempts to make plays when revealed. Make sure you know when you're able to be aggressive and when you're not. If you know the enemy is down players and you have everyone else tagged with point sensors, push that advantage. The main weakness of the Forge Pro is that the lack of a bomb means you can't force people to move from positions of safety. Counteract this by revealing these players and communicating to your team to take advantage of it. Another weakness is the Forge Pro is not super great at turf coverage. It's not terrible, but the fact that its kit has basically nothing that puts paint on the map accentuates the fact that the weapon itself doesn't paint as efficiently as others. Make sure you're being efficient with your paint. Cut off paths for the enemy, but you don't have to paint an area perfectly. Just use your point sensors to make sure no one is in the area. Alright, so that should be enough to get you going in the Forge Splattershot Pro. Let me know if you liked the video and subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know in the comments below what you think and what I should get you going with next.